The Brits gave back Hong Kong. Now all contracts in China are written according to Hong Kong law. Who's changing more? The Portuguese gave back Macau, and that's a tremendous place to gamble. And I've got nothing else to say on that. I'm saying if we don't get Taiwan off the table, you will continue to overfeed the Leviathan and starve the sysadmin. And that means Marines and Army soldiers are going to die every year between now and this mythical scenario. Why we want to get that on the table is because we need to deal with this guy. This is a truly totalitarian regime. No soft kill option available here. Very bad regime in terms of what it's willing to peddle around the planet. This guy's responsible for 2 million dead in his own country across the late 1990s with that famine, and now he's got the bomb. How much do you trust him? I don't trust him whatsoever. So we need China's buy-in. What for? Either they get rid of him quietly, or they arrange for their friends inside North Korea to get rid of them quietly. Or we're going to end up doing something desperate, because this guy will pull a final straw eventually. We have to offer China something great on the far side to get the kind of trust we need from them to do this kind of thing for us. And what that trust needs to be built around is an East Asian NATO. We need this for the long war if we're going to shift resources to Southwest Asia and Africa over the next 10 to 20 to 30 years, which is where this fight is headed. Okay? Why it's important to understand this. Think about the partners we've had for the Leviathan over history. Okay? This is how we built the Leviathan. White Men's Club. The sysadmin will use a lot of these same players, but they're going to have to draw from the motivated ones, the ones really willing to fight and die and defend globalization, because they are expanding and getting richer in that process. It's like the people who are willing to go to the American West and settle it. 3 key players in this process are going to be us, because we have the Leviathan force, but also China and India. Why? The 2 biggest body shops on the planet. And if sysadmin is a body problem, you got to go to body shops. They're also the countries that are going to be located where the labor and the problem is going to be. With India, we're talking the Indian Ocean Rim, and with China, they are already all over Africa. So think about what we need to understand in terms of how we shrink this gap. We tend to price everything out according to American prices. The answer is we get our hints from countries like India and China. What we need to shrink the gap is often cheap and simple and obvious and easier. If the Chinese had run the reconstruction of Iraq, I guarantee you it would have been finished on time. So when we talk about bringing Africa up to speed, understand this. Africa is going to be a knockoff of India. India is a knockoff of China. China is a knockoff of South Korea. South Korea is a knockoff of Singapore. Singapore is a knockoff of Japan. Japan is a knockoff of America.